Welcome to the second volume of this video tribute to the Perth Wildcats. After winning the championship in 1990, the Wildcats set about becoming back-to-back premiers, and between seasons brought in highly qualified American coach Murray Arnold to replace Cal Bruton. And the Wildcats added two players, Andrew Vlahoff and Peter Hansen, who would prove to be vital elements in a successful 1991 season. Vlahoff was returning from a four-year stint at college in America and had been recruited by every NBL team. Hansen was a blue-collar workhorse which the club needed to back up its proven stars. From the preseason, the Wildcats were championship favorites, and by the end of the home and away matches, they had justified all predictions. They had won an astonishing 22 of their 26 games and finished 5 games clear of their nearest rivals, Eastside Melbourne Spectres and Geelong Supercats. Because the Wildcats finished on top of the ladder, they were exempt from the elimination finals, which eventually threw up Adelaide as their semi-final opponent. The 36ers had blitzed Melbourne 2 games straight. Perth had beaten the 36ers twice during the season, but only just, 93-90 and 99-98. Game 1 of the best-of-3 semi-finals was to be just as thrilling.
Well, we saw in the last time they played in the last minor round that Graham Cubank started the ball rolling. Mike McKay pulls in a terrific rebound. You've got Cubank guarding Tiny Pinder today, not James Crawford. Mark Davis is on James Crawford. Ferocious opening pace. Adelaide into Hayes from Davis. He's fouled and he scores.
Still only 10 seconds on the shot clock now. As Grace lets one go from outside with a little help from the rim.
The 36ers, particularly Cubank, who really restricted Pinder. Air ball from Mike McKay. Passes almost cut off. There's play on as Crawford fires one up off the glass. That's 2.
They're looking for the player to set the screen for Hansen. He's double teamed by Adelaide. Well, that's the sort of stuff that earned him the nickname Ox.
With 3 rebounds to the Wildcats and 8 rebounds to the Sixers.
Up goes the shot from Cubank. Ellis hands in, nearly knocked away, and Pinder fires one from outside the 3-point line, and it drops for him.
He thought the matchup between him and Butch would be worth the price of admission alone. I tend to think he's right. Have a look at this from Darryl Pearce. So they're running a 3-guard rotation. They're going to do some shooting from outside, but that means there's a lot of work for Tiny Pinder and Pete Hansen to do on the inside. Gray steps out of the way of Hayes rather than commit the foul. Great drive from Butch Hayes.
Point line, so he can put them up with confidence. Corcoran's a 45% shooter from there.
Pinder sets the screen. The pass give and go was to Watterson, but he will not shoot over Bradkey. Wasn't a great option knowing the big guy was there. Corcoran again, yes. Vlahoff puts a hold on Reese. They find McKay. Eventually the shot is good. Pearce wants it. Watterson right on his hammer. They have to run it through again. Now he gets the drive away. He scores.
Had to be a charge. Had to be. Hansen saw him coming from a mile away. Davis just holds it up. Cubank, oh, nice ball. Great vision, incisive cut from Mike McKay.
Davis inside to Hayes. Hayes will eventually get the ball again. Now Cubank, now McKay. One-handed shot is terrific.
Yes, Don Shipway's made an interesting move though offensively. He's got Pete Hansen, as we see, drive through with a great drive and make that basket.
Hayes, look at the cut. Well, the cut from Davis was held up by Vlahoff. Pearce lets go from outside again. 4 points doesn't seem a lot.
Well, Perth had it out to about 9 points the last time they played it. Final game in the minor round and thought it was all over.
Watterson's hits the screen on Bradkey. That's interesting. Pinder from outside 3. Each trip down the court. Hansen, Pinder. Bradkey did well to get the hand up. Pinder did even better to get the ball back and put it in for 2.
But he's battled his heart out there tonight. 13 points, 11 rebounds, and he's got the ball now. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Pearce needs a big one from there. Make that a big one. Adelaide's coming back. And Adelaide's away again. Another one here would make it interesting. Hayes is going to drive. He goes to Davis. They don't foul him. They get 2 points closer, however.
Well, important offensive movement now.
No, they've gone to Grace.
Great basket from Grace.
Here he goes.
Just has to close his mind to what's going on around him.
He's going to miss it. Here goes the ball.
They've got to get the shot away.
Here it is. Oh, hit the ring and misses. Perth is the victor here at the Apollo Stadium by 3 points.
It was another close one, all right, and again Perth triumphed. For Game 2, the Perth fans were confident. Adelaide appeared to be on its knees, and the Wildcats were playing at home.
Bradkey at the low post, working hard. Great rejection by Crawford, soaring over the top. From outside, Mackay. No good. Cubank the rebound. Mackay again, good vision from Hayes, back inside, probing the lane.
Still plenty of tough picks inside. Vlahov top of the key. Bradkey's got him. Crawford left alone and jams it. Shooting 90% from outside is Andrew Vlahov, 100% from the liner. Kick it out to the man in question. Now close, unguarded again. It'll cost them. A 10-point split now. The Wildcats in front, 27-17. Don Shipway would be looking for quarter time to settle. Mike Corcoran makes a big three. He can shoot from outside.
Shot clock is down to 7. Cubank knocked away brilliantly by Crawford. It came to Cubank, who gets the basket. In for 2.
Great hands from Pete Hansen. Grace again at the bottom of everything, all the way. Great layup.
Grace open. Kicks it across into the paint. Pinder, nice move.
Bradkey, Pearce, now Davis. Pearce and Mackay really yet to light up, but Hayes is starting to find the mark.
Butch Hayes takes them on. Hangs in the air, makes the basket. Nice move. The turnover to Grace. Crawford takes on the defense. Oh, great vision. Under the basket, Vlahov.
The Sixers have worked so hard to break that lead down. Mackay again, can he make amends? He should. The pass is good to Bradkey. Bradkey scores.
Good defensive rotation by the Wildcats, though. Now Bradkey is open, puts it on the floor. Hangs in the air. Nice change there, and he gets the roll. Just over 9 minutes remaining in this third period.
Oh, great steal by Grace. He read that change of direction by Hayes.
Marvellous.
There you go. It's a 5-point turnaround, isn't it?
Davis at the low post. Back to the basket. Wants the baseline. Denied by Crawford. Away comes Grace. 3-on-2 opportunity here. Hansen, the trailer, goes in, makes the basket. Changes the shot in the air. Pearce looking to go inside to Bradkey. Wheeler across court momentarily. Hayes was open and he had enough time. That was a great shot.
Grace outside, close, has been shooting beautifully, continues in that form.
They trail by 14. Here's Vlahov in traffic. Hayes knocks away Grace. Great courage. Oh, gee, that was gutsy. Scored 24 last Saturday in game 1. Corcoran a long way out and he hits.
Miss Davis done remarkably well to stay on his 4 fouls. Got them fairly early, first half. Davis from outside. That's good. Adelaide coming home. Give credit to Adelaide. They have really stuck this out. Pinder from outside. So he opens hot and stays hot.
Will make it very interesting if that's the way they decide to go. Now looking to go inside. Bradkey feeds Hayes. He makes the basket and was fouled.
Hayes needs this, misses. Wheeler comes through and Grace again at the fall of the ball every time. That is a very important basket to Perth. Ricky Grace, been solid. Vlahov been very solid.
If a team can, I should imagine it's the 36ers.
Grace under the basket.
If he brings back 2 heavy scorers in this last 5 minutes or so, Bradkey bodies Ellis off the ball. Davis a big rebound and loses it to Vlahov with the ultimate penalty.
Grace kicks it back outside. Adelaide wanted a travelling call. Corcoran hits from the corner. Bradkey through the paint, kicks it back outside. Pearce looking to set up. Good pressure. Going through the keyway. Bradkey, nice move.
Ellis has done well to stay there with 5 fouls. Davis to the hoop off the glass. Knew Bradkey was coming.
Rebound.
Oh, big basket for Adelaide. Adelaide down by 1. It can win this game with the next shot of this game. Okay, 7 seconds. Hayes, here it goes. He's missed. Bradkey and Crawford will win the game for the Wildcats.
Well, Perth is in there for the big win for the second year on end, but not without a scare from the Fighting 36ers. The Wildcats' grand final opponents are Eastside Melbourne, who beat the North Melbourne Giants in the other semi-final 2 straight games. Game 1 of the best-of-3 series is in Melbourne, but Perth is a clear-cut favorite.
Bruce Bolden puts it on the floor, draws a crowd, triple team and gets the shot off and scores.
Grace with Lucas. What a pass. Hanson again.
And really has had a lot of room every time he's got the ball.
The season's high 25 against the Saints as Lockhart hits the 3. 5:25 remaining in the first period. Sellout crowd. Game 1 of the grand final series, and Bolden takes it strongly to the hoop and gets the roll.
That was a tough shot.
Perry. Bit of a goose step from Darren Perry. Almost unstuck. He loses it to Grace. Watterson. Back to Vlahovic. Top lay. And Hanson.
Excellent help by Grace that time to come over and talk Bolden out of the shot.
That was the buzzer off the shot clock, you may have heard. Hanson, nobody guarding the baseline, so he takes it all the way.
Crawford inside, looking for Hanson. Comes back to Crawford, somewhat luckily. Grace for 3. Ricky Grace. Perth looking ominous. 30-19. And here's a turnover. Vlahov all the way. And the Spectres can ill afford that.
Study that ring more intensely when he gets the ball in his hand from the 15-foot charity stripe.
Perry for 3. At last, something goes for the Spectres.
It's Watterson working against Perry. Perry denying the baseline. Playing the low post is Ricky Grace, and they call it against Grace.
Vlahov the rebound. Grace a quick outlet to close, but he went without it. Steal by Perry. Lucas. Both teams with 3 of their guards on. Hanson off the glass. It counts. Midway through the second quarter, 17 the margin. Wildcats leading.
Inside the 10-second marker. No good, but Pinder gets the rebound and scores. Well, looked in, then dropped out. Grace, 2-on-2 opportunity. Ellis gets the basket.
Locker can't get back. Again, rebounders. The only rebounder in there for the Spectres was their guard, Darren Perry, and the penalty at the other end.
The margin now is 21 points. 9-10 remaining in the third period. Utah draws the double team, goes inside. Bolden does well off the glass.
Perry for 3.
Vlahovic gave a mighty shove into the back of Utah that time to get it. He's got it again, works inside. Nice fish to Pinder, who slams it. Utah still complaining about that rebound. Crawford, that falls short, fell down to Utah. He was surprised by it. Into the open court, Ninnis. Lucas reverse lay-in.
Strong rebound by Bolden. Sends it out to Lucas.
Well, that's the way the Spectres can run and gun it. The long outlet by Bolden.
And guess who rebounds? It's the Wildcats. Grace into the open court. Ninnis blocks it way up there.
Well, Scott Ninnis has done some superb things in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Utah on the baseline. Yes.
Torrance is getting a few minutes tonight. Grace. Sweet as you like.
Come on, you got to do
it. It was all net. And then Grace. Here's Bolden, goes inside. Lucas spinning, put it up. Got his own rebound, gets the basket, it scores, and he was fouled. Lucas kicks it outside. Fall-away jumper from Bolden is good. So the margin is back to 13 points. Untroubled under the basket. Could have been fouled, nothing doing. Perry comes away with it. Lucas. Utah, little pump fake, and he gets it.
Hanson back out to Ellis. Here's Grace.
Oh, that's tough.
Isn't that sweet?
Look at how long it takes Eastside to get into a danger position. They ran 10 seconds off the clock. Admittedly, they scored.
The margin back to 11. Ellis saw a big basket by the Wildcat skipper.
Nearly threw the ball away, but setting it up. That's 15 seconds off the clock. Shot comes with 20 seconds on the clock. Ricky Grace hits it.
Just over 2 minutes left in game one. Ellis fires it up to Vlahov. It takes a bash to the jaw from Utah, but makes it anyway. And Perth have their supporters in Melbourne, and I think they've been scared to yell, but they're in the last 10 seconds, they're having something to say. Last shot of the night. And the Wildcats have won it, 109 to 83.
Defense was the key to many victories for the Wildcats in 1991 under new coach Murray Arnold. Game 1 typified the Wildcats' commitment to tough team basketball. Throughout 1991, they were heads and shoulders above other teams with their defensive work. Coming to Game 2, the Spectres had to come up with a new plan to combat the Wildcats.
Big roar from this partisan crowd. Grace in traffic, loses control. Pinder then a tidy up, off the glass.
Grace, the supreme danger, and look at the way he cuts straight at them, and it rolls in. Friendly roll. They started so well. In fact, just about the only Spectre who could hold his head high last week in game one. Utah. Lockhart goes for three. Kent Lockhart makes it.
Back to Grace from Ellis. Pinder goes baseline and scores.
Against this zone of the Spectres.
Lockhart got Vlahov off his feet, hangs in the air, banks it in off the glass. Nice move. And that defensive rotation for east side. A bit slow getting there that time. Bolden does nicely. Manufactured something in midair and was fouled. Will get the bonus. That was superb. Bruce Bolden.
Now Ricky Grace. Ninnis takes him on. Oh, Grace out to Vlahov. Vlahov, three in a row.
Close outside. Bounce pass inside. Pinder fed it back. Close for three. Grace left open for three. Well,
Change in defensive posture. The Spectres have gone to man-to-man, matching up. Got an offensive foul on Grace. Good defense by Lucas there. Kept his position.
Lucas cuts through them. That was a beautiful play.
Watterson cross court. Grace gets by Larkins. Gets the shot off, superbly done with the left hand off the glass.
Crawford finding it hard to get a path to the basket. Hanson underneath. That's where he's strong. Pete Hanson again.
It's kept James Crawford scoreless so far in this match.
Watterson comes back out to Hanson. Two-point attempt. Goes. Lockhart, baseline drive. Somehow finds Agrams. Agrams gets a score. Lucas Agrams, the youngster, 19 years old. Trevor Torrance. Close. Not his favourite spot. Torrance from right in front for three. Beautiful! One stage they built up a 9-point lead during the second quarter. Pinder with a jump shot. 47-26 on the boards. Into Bolden, great play. And what an assist it was by Lockhart. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Bruce Bolden went without it. Ricky Grace steals it. Oh, and rolling. What a basket by Ricky Grace.
Here's Grace. And still the starting five for Eastside is out there. Hanson takes it strong off the glass.
57-52. Spectres got within a basket. Have to do it all again. Kent Lockhart.
Here's Ninnis. They've really regrouped inside Utah. Takes it to the hoop, was fouled and gets the basket. He'll get the bonus and a chance to level the scores.
So now with the Spectres in possession, a chance to hit the front. Bolden! Oh, big play by Bruce Bolden.
Bolden working against Vlahov. This for three from Perry and he hits.
James Crawford to break his duck. Ninnis got up there to tip it out to Perry. Things going the Spectres' way. Ninnis in support. And all of a sudden, the Spectres have opened up a lead here of 6 points.
They've come back strongly. Bolden the steal, brilliantly done. The outlet pass sends Ninnis away. Slam! Inspirational stuff.
Biggest lead for the Spectres was 10. Oh, they've turned it over again. Hanson. Grace, outnumbered 2-1, Ricky Grace. And Lockhart fumbles the ball out of play. Wildcats ball. Ricky Grace out to Watterson. Great shot, three-pointer by Watterson.
The tempo certainly has lifted in the second half. And to start this period, Vlahoff with one hand over the top. Interesting.
Utah rebounds. Ninnis in open court. Hansen takes him on. Ninnis, the beautiful soft layup. And the Spectres lead by 4. We have 6 minutes 40 remaining in the game. One of the lowest scoring games of the season. Here's a turnover. Crawford comes up with it to Watterson. Support everywhere for Eric Watterson. Pinder! The rainbow shot hits! And the Wildcats hit the front.
There's the time remaining. Well, it's for everything now as far as the Spectres are concerned. Pinder! The turnaround jumper.
They're hammering themselves if this praying Perth isn't enough, but Perth returns the compliment.
Here goes Lucas. Into Grace he goes. Off the glass. Lucas scores it. In space, Ricky Grace. What a shot by Grace! Lockhart for 3. He replies. The margin is back to a point. Danger man Ricky Grace. Out to Pinder. No. Utah. Lockhart. Ninnis. Scott Ninnis off the glass. It scores. It counts. And fouled. The Spectres lead by a point.
So the Wildcats, 38 seconds remaining. They trail by 2. Loose ball. East side. This could win it. Ninnis goes in. Makes the basket. So the difference is 4.
Came by with a wry smile. He probably wants to dunk you through the basket.
Maybe he's looking at Drew.
Right, Spectres have it. 4 seconds remaining. Bolden has it. It's tipped away by Vlahoff. Clock stops at 2 seconds. And it's 86 to 81. We'll be here on Sunday. An impossible victory for the Eastside Melbourne Spectres. Utah shoots. It doesn't go, it doesn't matter. And the Spectres have levelled the grand final at a game each.
Well, the 8,000 fans at the Perth Entertainment Centre and the majority of NBL watchers around the country didn't expect that one. The champagne went back on ice for 2 more days. The decider, back at the Entertainment Centre 40 hours later, was set to be another great battle between the 2 best teams in the NBL.
Welcome along to the Perth Entertainment Centre for the 3rd and deciding game in the NBL Grand Final Series between the reigning champs, the Perth Wildcats, looking to repeat, and the Eastside Melbourne Spectres. So far in this series, it's gone with the away teams. As you heard in that opener, 8 days ago, big victors, the Wildcats at the Glass House by 26, and then the Spectres came storming back to win by 5 Friday night here at the Perth Entertainment Centre. With me is Bill Palmer. And Bill, what can we expect today?
Well, with a 38-hour turnaround, Dennis, I don't think the coaches are going to go revamp much of anything. It's really a matter of fine-tuning. I think Eastside's tasks are just the same. They've got to get that parity on the boards. They've got to raise their shooting percentage, and I think probably from Perth's point of view, they want to get Crawford a little bit more activated. But really, it's going to be pretty much a hard defensive slog. Again, one doesn't expect this one to be 120-115.
So far this season, the record locked together 2 apiece. Week 8, as you can see, the Wildcats big victors. Then in week 16, Eastside by 3. 8 days ago at the Glass House, the Wildcats 109 to 83. And then Friday night here at the Entertainment Centre, it was the Spectres, a gallant victory, home by 5.
Here is the starting 5 for the Perth Wildcats. First off, number 5, Tiny Pinder. Number 6, Mike Ellis. Number 7, James Crawford. Number 15, Ricky Grace. And another 40, Pete Hansen. And the coach, Murray Arnold.
The Perth Wildcats, a regular season record of 22-4 prior to Friday. They'd won 11 straight. That was only their 2nd loss at home this season. The other against Geelong, they lost by 2. 27-4 in this building. Prior to game 1, of course, the Spectres, 17-9 on the season, had won 7 straight. And I get the feeling, Bill, a lot more energy in this stadium today than we saw on Friday night.
I think there was just a tad of complacency in the stadium amongst the crowd and perhaps even amongst the Wildcats on Friday. It's not in evidence today. It's certainly the atmosphere is very, very electric.
James Crawford in there, number 7.
Good luck, guys.
Didn't score a point. Put up only 4 shots on Friday. One of the all-time greats of the National Basketball League. And he wins this one down. Pinder's got it. Underway. Game 3, the decider in the grand final series.
Eastside, not surprisingly, opening in the zone defense.
A sellout crowd. Pinder the first shot.
Perth off to a good start. They won the tip-off again. They've dominated against the Spectres all season. Darren Perry with Ricky Grace. Perry waiting for Bolden. The crowd alive. Atmosphere fantastic. Lockhart. Bolden in the paint.
Well,
Bruce Bolden levels the scores at 2-all.
pretty tough to guard a guy that can fade away at a 45-degree angle, going out of bounds at the same time. It's a good start for both teams.
Bolden beating the double team. Crawford, they want him to score early. Get him in the groove. Here's Grace. Crawford open, puts the shot up, in then out. Bolden the rebound. Lockhart's away, lacking support. Goes 1-to-1, draws a crowd, gets the shot up, is fouled. Against Lockhart.
Just forced it a little bit. It looked like Kent Lockhart got by Ellis. Let's watch the movement there. Pinder perhaps maybe got into the back a little bit of Lockhart, but the defense certainly was there in plenty of time.
Ricky Grace down the baseline. Slapped out of there by Bolden. It comes to Perry. Bolden doing well at both ends. Been a superstar this season, Bruce Bolden. Lucas. Spectres hit the front.
Mike Ellis, like Crawford, held scoreless on Friday. They combine there. Grace open, puts it on the floor, was fouled by Lucas, no off the ball. It's called against Utah. He fouled out in game 1. He struck early foul trouble in game 2. He's so important to them, Dean Utah.
Away from the ball, Utah found a cutter. I doubt if we'll see it in the replay. They're just out of the screen. Pinder cutting along the baseline. Utah gave him a little hefty ham to go on with.
Crawford off to Hansen. Foul underneath by Bolden.
Side ball.
Not a shooting foul. Crawford dishing off that time. So 3 quick fouls to the Spectres. Only 10 minutes remaining to play in the first quarter. So in 2 minutes, 3 fouls. And one more, and Eastside's into the penalty situation.
And it was the other way on Friday night with the Wildcats getting into early foul trouble. Ricky Grace for 3. What a shot!
Wildcats lead it by 1, the early going. Lockhart, guarded by Ellis. Bolden, 27 points on Friday, off 22 in game 1. Here's again, top of the key, guarded by Crawford. 8 seconds on the shot clock, reaching in from behind. They call it against Pinder.
That was 5.
Eastside offense just a little bit slow in forming up into their main thrust at the basket at the moment. Testing out perhaps Perth defense a little bit. Ellis working particularly hard, I think, in denying Lockhart the ball, and then when he does get the ball, making sure he can't drive. Pinder's first foul on the Wildcats, and Bolden will get 2 foul shots.
80% at the line this season. Misses the first of them.
Well, they've had a horrible foul shooting record against Perth in the 60s in both game 1 and 2. I think they were 63% or something in game 2. You've got to shoot better from those freebies.
Draws a blank, Bruce Bolden.
Wildcats lead 5-4. 9 minutes 16 left in the first quarter. Crawford gets a shot away. Once again, he doesn't score. Pinder the offensive rebound, and he scores.
Eastside that time pinned underneath the basket in defensive rebounding position. You got to make that triangle 10 feet away from the basket. The ball doesn't come out underneath the ring unless the basket's made. Lucas.
It was there, that's a charge.
A charge against Lucas, so they had 2 charges in offense.
4 fouls for Eastside. 1 for the Wildcats. Wildcats lead it by 3. Grace in the traffic, dishes it off. Hanson along the baseline, looking for the tap in. There was Grace. Back comes Hanson. They got the third opportunity, and they call it against Lockhart. His second, and bodies crashing to the boards in there, and that time the Wildcats winning the battle.
Again, the Wildcats pinning the Spectres underneath the basket. Hanson missed that shot, but they were white shirts were all in the good rebounding positions. And very early on, the Wildcats are winning the physical battle out there with 8 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Brian Gordon gets a warning on the bench. Perhaps thinks that there's a little bit too much contact, but that's what Eastside did to Perth, I suppose, in game 2. And very important in this sort of contest that you establish a physical presence for yourself.
Pete Hanson, who was perfect at the line in game 1, 5 from 5, missed a couple on Friday. Misses this one. 62% over the season.
Didn't play.
Wildcats 8-4. And with the Spectres racking up 5 fouls to 1, quite an advantage in the early going for the home side.
Well, particularly when Eastside's bench isn't as deep as Perth, but they start having bodies foul out of there, they're going to be in big trouble.
Darren Perry for 3. James Crawford with the rebound. Away to Grace. He's got Pinder up ahead. Out to Ellis he goes. Good movement by the Wildcats. Working the clock down. 20 seconds to go. Ellis back to Grace. He looked as though he's going for 3. Found Ellis. Into Hanson. Impressive start by the Wildcats.
Hanson and Pinder against this zone have been coming across the middle range of the key, and they've been open, and they're very, very good shooters from there. Eastside will have to close off those passing lanes.
They've obviously talked about the zone. They're finding the seams at the moment. Bolden goes inside. Lucas in trouble through the double team. Hanson came up with it, sends Grace away. Wildcats by 6. Off Lockhart. Wildcat ball from the side.
I tell you, this is a very important point in the game because Eastside really do not look with it at the moment. They need to stabilize a little bit. They're just trying a little bit too hard offensively, particularly going one-on-one.
Crawford. Now Grace. Baseline Pinder. Kicks it outside. Ellis puts it on the floor. Cuts the key. Dishes it off. Hanson. Fall away jumper no good. Utah the rebound. Wildcats by 6. 10-4. Eastside bring it down through Perry.
Well, the crowd really getting behind the Wildcats much more today than they did on Friday night, giving the home side a boost. Lockhart misses with a long bomb. Lockhart moving around, posting up Utah. Turns it over, Ricky Grace. He travelled.
Double dribble.
Trying to get with the hand on his back there.
He's just trying to control the dribble. He touched it with 2 hands. Let's look at it here. Pushes it out.
And the Spectres have 5 fouls to 1 in the early going. Well, after Grace stole the ball and he turned it over at half court, here go the Spectres. Utah. Pinder and Hanson on Utah. A travel by Utah.
Yes, again, the Perth wall doesn't move much. Utah often wheels in there and pushes people aside, but that time he bounced into Pinder. Pinder said, "You shall not pass."
6:35 remaining in this opening period. 10-4, Wildcats lead. Grace thought about the shot. Gave it out to Ellis, who hits for 2, foot on the line. Nice touch, they left him open, dared him to take the shot. He punished them. The margin is 8 points. Lockhart wants the baseline, puts it up, no good. Crawford strong on the defensive boards. That's his 3rd defensive rebound. Hanson to the trailer Crawford. Grace for 3. Bad news for the Spectres. 15-4.
2 shots, and they've both been 3. And Eastside's offense is in disarray at the moment. There's no avenues. Perth defense really cranking up. And there are really no scoring opportunities. You can see now Lucas trying to figure out how they're going to attack this Perth defense.
Bolden. Crawford doing the defensive job. Bruce Bolden gets to the basket.
James, that's a block. You weren't there. You came from the side. Got two. Okay.
Foul for Crawford.
Well, it's interesting
That was 7.
that really didn't come from the east side offense at the moment. That was a good individual effort by Bolden to slip inside, draw the foul from the side by Crawford. But that's not coming from a pattern east side attack. Perth in the early moments here, with 5 minutes 30 seconds remaining to play in the quarter, has taken east side out of their offensive structure.
15-4, the Wildcats lead. 5.5 minutes to go to quarter time. Well, Bolden missed 2 in an earlier trip. Gets this one.
One to come.
The crowd really putting the pressure on Bruce Bolden. But he makes both this time. 15-6.
Sporting that nick over the left eye, sustained in game 2. Couple of stitches placed in that. Bryce, game's high scorer with 6. Started this chain of passes. Pinder left open, fall away jumper, no good. Utah had it, then lost it. Look at them going after that rebound, and Crawford comes up with it. It's a grand final. Hansen off the glass.
Well, that was interesting. Utah turned to question the referees and then only spotted Hansen coming down at the last minute. Hansen was able to avoid the big body.
Innes into the action for Lucas. Behind the back by Bolden to Perry. Bolden drops the rebound. And east side need to score on their trips up the floor, but they haven't been doing that. Grace into Pinder. Tremendous assist by Ricky Grace. And Perth are blowing this wide open, leading 19-6. On Friday night, they led 22-21 at quarter time. Well, they're already 19 with 4.5 minutes to build on it.
And they've got Vlahoff into the game now for the first time. 4:20 remaining to play in the first quarter. Mike Ellis is doing a very good job on Lockhart. It's not given much freedom to move, even if he can get the ball.
Need to get a score from this play. Ninnis, a little flip shot. He made some terrific baskets on Friday, and that's not a bad start for him today.
Brace has 6, Pinder 6, Hansen 5 for the Wildcats. 4:02 remaining in the opening period. Vlahoff inside, draws a crowd, puts it on the floor and takes it strong to the hoop. Magnificent.
That's the fourth basket they've got by hitting the postman at the medium post, letting him slide in. Bolden, I think Vlahoff might have blocked that. Grace gets it into the fast break. Perth Wildcats, but that ball's tipped away.
Off Perry. Wildcats ball from the side then. Electrifying start by the champs. Vlahoff under the basket. Beautiful pass coming in. The assist from Ellis. 23 plays 8. Remarkable. At quarter time on Friday night, they'd scored only 22 points. They've surpassed that, the Wildcats, with over 3 minutes to play. East side ball from the side. The officials getting a lot of advice from the bench and the players on the court. Mildenhall makes a point. Crouch has got the ball. The Wildcats have the lead. Here's Perry. Puts it up for 3. No good. Crawford again. Putting his stamp on this game early. Grace comes at them. Beautiful pass. Vlahoff loses it across the baseline. East side ball.
Well, there was room there, though, wasn't it? Again, Eastside getting back not very quickly. Again, they really need an offensive focus. They're sloughing off on Bolden. Bolden doesn't have any room. It's going to have to come from somebody else, one suspects, early on. Ellis doing a great job, as I said before, on Lockhart.
The Spectres wondering where their next basket's coming from. Well played by Ellis. It'll be a Spectres ball, but Ellis, the veteran, at full tilt that time. Kent Lockhart. Ninnis for 3. No, sir.
No rebounds.
Yes, this time Perth sweeping the boards. Hanson way across to Grace. Steps around, back to Ellis. Put inside the line. He gets 2. 25-8. What a scoreline. Agrams comes in for the Spectres as Dean Uthoff sits down. Lucas Agrams had one field shot on Friday night and made it. He's played a couple of minutes. Well, where is the Spectres' next basket going to come from? They trail 25-8. Bolden makes it, falling away from the basket.
And look at how hard Bolden had to work to get that. It really was miraculous. He got that shot off. He got by his man, and 2 more Wildcats came at him. Tremendous athleticism by Bruce Bolden.
James Crawford puts it up. No good. Attempted tip in by Hanson. It came off the Spectre. I think Perry. 25-10. Pinder back to the game. Crawford goes out. So at least for the moment, the sleeping giant has awoke. Mike Ellis. Wildcats by 15. Game 3, the decider. Grace kicks it back outside. Ellis. Now Vlahov. Pinder open. Fall away jumper. Switch for 2.
At the moment, Perth is just moving the ball at will through and around the defense of the Spectres. They've got to start getting to the passing lanes, making it difficult there.
Spectres tried a fast break then, but called it off. Bolden underneath, and Pinder go to the floor. Second foul for Tiny Pinder.
It's a block.
This long pass coming into Bolden. Bolden's in the air. Pinder perhaps moving underneath Bolden. And that was the foul called. Not a shooting foul. The Wildcats only have 3 in the quarter. So with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining to play, they might not even get into the penalty.
Perry. Clean as a whistle for 3. Kate Sobrano in the crowd. She warmed us up singing the national anthem before the game.
You were very warm. There goes Pinder. No good. Rebounded by Lockhart. This is Perry. Bolden appeared to be pushed.
That was a bad miss by the referees, that one. Bolden didn't have a chance to go up. Pinder pushed him away just at the time the pass came in, and that's a real disadvantage to Bruce Bolden. Would have expected that one to be called.
Wildcats by 14 inside the last minute of the opening period. We've got 40 seconds to play. Ellis back to Pinder. Off the ball, they call it against Pinder.
Keep it down.
Pinder raising his elbows a little bit. That's his 3rd foul.
When you went by, you want the elbow outside.
And screening technique, I think they're talking about. Perhaps his wingtips were a little bit too wide that time. And he was called with an offensive foul.
Another 32 seconds then. The Wildcats will get the ball back. Lockhart to Perry. Agrams, they stay off him. And now Ninnis.
19 seconds remaining. Ninnis, good second half on Friday night. Bolden with a twist and a turn, but short with his shot. It's tipped down to Grace, but it comes off Perry. Wildcats ball. We have 9 seconds remaining. 27-13, a 14-point lead to the reigning champions. Ricky Grace working it down. Hanson. His last shot doesn't go, but what an opening turn for the Perth Wildcats. They lead 27-13.
Again, Crawford gets it down. A pattern developing there.
Man-to-man defense to the Spectres.
In game 1, the margin at quarter time was 15 points the Wildcats' way. Grace, very flat air ball. It came off.
Sanders blocked, Ninnis partially blocked it, as I think what the referees determined there. It's unusual. You suspect something happened there. It's unusual that Grace's shot will fall a foot short.
Here's Vlahov, top of the key. Bolden the rebound. At quarter time on Friday, the Wildcats led by 1. Uthoff on the baseline. They came from everywhere and closed him down.
You needed another head fake there. Grace knifing in. Ellis with a 10-footer. Doesn't go. Vlahoff one hand scoops it in and then steps out of bounds as he couldn't get the ball out to a teammate.
Well, once again, a lot of the players having plenty to say to the referees, who have had a tough job in this grand final series and a pretty physical contest. Darren Perry for the Spectres. Made a three-pointer late in the first quarter. Here he is in three-point range again. Lucas.
Interesting, the Spectres have gone with 3 guards, perhaps trying to use their quickness to evade the bulk of the Wildcats.
Bruce Bolden, another top play, but it doesn't go. Crawford gets the rebound. Comes out to Ellis. And once again, the Spectres missing chances when they move up forward. Here's James Crawford. Foul by Bolden. 2 fouls on Bruce Bolden.
Great pass from Ellis. Crawford there going up for the slam. Bolden climbs right up with him. Fouled him somewhere up and down the line, and probably in a couple of places.
Now, James Crawford, who for the first time in his life went scoreless in a game on Friday night. The man who's topped 7,000 points in history in the NBL, second top scorer. He'll bring the house down if this goes in. Nice to get that one out of the way. James Crawford off and running, and so are the Wildcats, 29-13.
As Drew said, didn't score a point in game 2, just 8 in game 1. This season's average 22. Bolden, interesting. Perry, Utah at the low post.
That's goaltending. Crawford way up there, but the ball was on the way down, and so Utah gets his first 2 points in the game.
29-15.
That scoreline, you'll take them any way you can get them.
Pinder has 8, Gray 6, Hansen 5, Bolden 6. Crawford suddenly on track. The margin is 16. East side. Work it once more through 4 sets of hands. Bolden, the man they want with it. It's called against Vlahoff. Well, Bolden, the hero in game 2, working so hard again. As Vlahoff picks up his first foul, Bolden will go to the line.
You just wonder about the physical expenditure of energy on the Spectres' part. Every shot that Bolden goes up, he has to go through a couple of bumps just to get up. That time he was very wise. He felt the bump from Vlahoff and immediately went into his shot in order to get to the line for 2 foul shots. Leading scorer for the Spectres, he's got 6. Perry has 3. Ninnis and Lucas and Utah all with 2, and another missed foul shot for the Spectres, so nothing going right for them at the moment as they trail by 16.
Well, the crowd intimidating the visitors when they shoot from the free throw line. Bolden has missed 4 from the strike. 31-15. Well, they just have to go if the Spectres can get back into this.
Larkin's in as Watterson's come in for the Wildcats. Larkin's picked him up. Utah picking up Vlahoff. That'll be an interesting matchup.
Bit of an elbow.
Blocking foul. Grace just wrong-footed Ninnis. We see it on replay. Grace faking up. Ninnis stepping up and into him. You can see a clear foul there. Second team foul on the Spectres. Ninnis gets back with the steal.
Yeah, I think he had his foot out, as Grace is pointing out. He makes the score.
2.
Ricky Grace still having a look at the sideline. I think suspiciously there might have been a toe over the line.
I don't know that he had the ball in his hand. If there was, we see the end of that. Ninnis hanging in the air, riding through the contact of Hansen, which was good contact. Great shot from Ninnis. As I said before, the Spectres need everything they can get. And, Scott Ninnis was the one that really iced the game for him in game 2. Maybe he can generate something here for the Spectres.
Ninnis makes it a 3-point play.
Recruited from the Adelaide 36ers, he's been a very important role player so far in this grand final. Watterson has it knocked away by Larkins. Wildcats ball.
Thank you.
Anderson remonstrating with the referee, showing a hat. But he shouldn't be touching the referee in that situation. Both these teams really tightly wrapped.
Anderson saying he was slapped and had the marks to prove it. Wanted Billy Milden more to dust him for Prince, I think. Here's Vlahov. Crawford puts it on the floor. Goes around Bolden. Nice move. Well, the Spectres don't need for Crawford to get hot. Here's Lucas. 33-18. 9:05 remaining in the first half. The job squarely with the Spectres. Pump fake from Utah. Draws the foul. Got Crawford off his feet. His second.
7.
Utah a good target when he can get in front of his man. Little pump fake gets Crawford up in the air early. Utah timing it, and Crawford got the ball, but he also elbow to elbow as Utah came up. So that's what you got to do against the leapers. You make them leave the ground before you do, then the advantage switches back to you.
Spectres needing to make these. Utah gets the first. 33-19. So we're back to the margin as it was at quarter time. Well, Crawford's got going offensively tonight. Man averaging 21 points a game for the season. A bit too much to expect. He could be kept as quiet as he'd been offensively in the first 2 games. Here he goes again, James Crawford, and it's all come back.
Well, Crawford prepared to take Bolden outside when the Spectres are in their man-to-man lineman. Doesn't seem to like this playing against the zone as much as he does against the man-to-man. Blocking foul called on Utah away from the ball. The Spectres needed that like another hole in their head as Utah picks up his second foul. Very tough to call those screening fouls because there's a lot of heavy-duty screening going on by both teams. It'll be a challenge for the referees to be consistent.
Well, in this grand final, they've called a lot for action off the ball. Vlahov.
No, Andy, you jumped into his back to grab the rebound. You hit him right there in the middle of the back. That was 2-1 for a push over the back going that way.
His second.
Stop the clock. Underway. Second half of the grand final.
And the Wildcats just win every tip-off against the Spectres.
Well, James Crawford's got great supremacy in the air.
Here's James Crawford. Underneath Hanson. Slapped out of there, and it'll be a Wildcats ball.
Wildcats will be after the same sort of start they had at the start of the game, where they came out, absolutely blitzed the basket, and ran the floor as if they were demented out there. They've got to do it again. Lost the handle a little bit in the second part of the second quarter.
Ellis, good move. It doesn't go. Utah getting an important rebound. Perry up to Lucas, and back to Perry.
Man-to-man defense again by the Wildcats. They've stuck with it all year, certainly all game here. Interesting matchup there with Ellis on Lockhart.
Bruce Bolden on 4 personal fouls racked up in the first half, so he's certainly in foul trouble. Lockhart. Ellis just couldn't grab it. It comes back to Lockhart. So they have a chance to set again. So it's still 45-39. Nothing doing on the scoreboard yet.
Under the basket, Lockhart. Nice assist from Utah.
There's the danger from Mike Ellis. If he gets caught under the basket, Lockhart will certainly come out with that height advantage.
So the margin is back to 4. An air of apprehension now at the entertainment center. Pinder puts it up. No good. Oh, almost came off Bolden.
Almost an own goal.
Utah got the rebound. Now it's with Perry. This trip could make it just 2. Lockhart draws a crowd. Grace from behind it brilliantly, but it comes back to Lockhart. Top of the key, Bolden. Quick to put it up. It's in.
Soft touch.
The Spectres trail by just 2.
That's where they want to be.
This is incredible. 4-0 so far in the third quarter. We've been playing just over 2 minutes. The Wildcats scoreless. Crawford tries this one. He's got it going today. James Crawford. Quick break. Lucas draws the foul but doesn't make the score.
Well, a lot of courage there. Second foul on Hansen. Lucas on the end of the fast break here picks up his momentum. Hansen's there, but he's still moving across into the path of Lucas. A lot of courage, a lot of body there too.
Now the crowd at the other end have the chance to chant and shout as the Spectres go to the line. It didn't put Lucas off that time. Lucas makes both. The margin back to 2 points. It seems incredible after it had been 17 earlier.
Those faces back in Melbourne tell the story. They're making their move, the Spectres, on this grand final. And can the season's top qualifiers and the reigning champs hold them at bay? What a terrific series it's been. Low post Crawford, turnaround jumper. No good. Slapped in the air. Bolden the rebound. The outlet pass finds Lucas, and they'll steady it down. Now it's in the hands of Perry. Bolden comes up. The score here will level it. We'll be able to hear a pin drop or a ball bounce. Bolden, the left-hander, gets the roll.
Magnificent shot. Came across there, transferred the ball to his left hand. Little finger roll, got the 2 points, and squares it up with 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Well, that's the first time the scores have been level since about the opening minute when it was 2-all. 47 each here in Perth. Ellis into Hansen. Almost lost it, Pete Hansen. Recovered well. And now the Spectres. Lucas. Oh, impossible! It goes in!
Great move by Darren Lucas against Peter Hansen.
On face value, you'd say a mismatch. 49 apiece. The Wildcats want to talk it over.
You'd have to say at the moment the momentum is with the Spectres to have hauled themselves back from where they were, to have levelled the scores 3 times. Haven't actually hit the front since this comeback. Ellis on beauty. (53-51). Wildcats lead. And the crowd chanting defence for the Wildcats. They went silent late in the second quarter as the Spectres came back. A rollicking grand final. That one came off Crawford, a Spectres ball. Who would have thought it after the thrashing in game 1 for the Spectres on their home floor at the Glass House? Bolden working on Crawford. Goes over the top of him but misses. Breaks the rebound.
He comes storming back. He feeds Hansen, who is fouled by Lockhart. That's his third foul.
1, 2.
Not happy with that. Let's see if we can pick it up here on replay. Hansen plays for the foul. Contacts come across. Lockhart didn't do very much wrong. Little contact with the body.
Hansen has 7 points on the night.
Get out of his ear. Come on. Keep it quiet.
He got 14 in game 2. Bit of jawing going on there between Bolden and Pinder.
Just checking the weather, I should imagine.
At best. I think their dispositions match the weather here in Perth, and it's a hot day. Hansen misses the second of them, so the margin is 3 points. Perry. Ninnis has been lively. Back to Perry. Important trip up the floor, this one. Bolden kicks it outside. Ninnis sets, shoots for 3. No good. Hansen the rebound, fouled by Utah. No, a jump ball. Jump ball, says Eddie Crouch.
They should check the floor about that spot there. Let's see if we can pick it up in replay now. Long ball flies off the back of the rim. Hansen's got the contact, but I guess if the ball from Utah on his hands at the same time, well, we'll find out now.
That would be a main event in plenty of stadiums around the world. Utah and Hansen.
Well, not quite the same situation as a tip-off. Because Crawford isn't in there competing. It's Hanson against Utah. It was a tip-off. You'd back the Spectres, but you'd back the Wildcats. But Hanson does beat Utah.
Gave away about 4 inches there, came up with a good leap. Utah must be getting tired. Been an enormous amount of responsibility on that huge frame over the last 3 matches.
54-51, the Wildcats lead. James Crawford.
Found the space.
Hasn't he made a comeback since a couple of disappointing offensive games in games 1 and 2? Off Ricky Grace's foot. Spectres ball. They trail now by 5 after drawing level. Scores were level 3 times. But the Spectres haven't led since the opening 2 minutes of the game. Kent Lockhart.
Offensive foul. Mike Ellis played for that. Lockhart went in, backed in the other way. Milton Hall was not in the best position to call it. Lockhart's fourth. Let's see if we can pick it up on replay. Jinks one way, comes back the other way there. Ellis came in underneath him. Tough one for Milton Hall to call. He was behind the action, couldn't see the lateral contact.
5 minutes 50 to go to three-quarter time. And the Wildcats out to a 5-point lead and in possession. Vlahov got a bit clear. Utah fouls him.
Let's see if we can pick it up here. 21, I think it's Scott Nennis, or 6, I'm sorry. Scott Nennis, or might be Perry. Might have it wrong again. Let's see, pick it up, wheels, good strong move. Yeah, there's the arm from Perry, Darren Perry. Vlahov to the line. Critical time right now here, Drew, for the Spectres. What they did very well the other night was just keep in touch until that critical 4th quarter.
Right, there's a miss by Vlahov from the line. Lockhart and Bolden had 4 fouls each. That was Perry's first. 6 points the margin, Wildcats leading.
And the Spectres need a basket on this trip. They've got to dig deep again. How many times can they do it? Bolden, cross court, Perry, Ninnis, back outside, Lockhart, shot clock is down to 9 now. Bolden's got it, 7 on the shot clock. Ninnis open, this for 3, no good. Crawford the rebound. Grace comes away. Hanson goes in, makes the layup. That could be a turning point.
That's the action that was missing in game 2. The fast breaks weren't there for either club, but the Wildcats were pushing hard down the floor there. Found Pete Hanson on the break.
Fair time since we've seen one of those from the Wildcats. Utah, crash down goes Vlahov. They've lost it. So once again the Spectres are turning the ball over and the Wildcats are enjoying this advantage and lead by 8. Vlahov taken on by Bolden. Vlahov to the basket and scores up the glass.
Boy, that's a strong move, Dennis.
He's made a lot of attempts, not a high percentage, and he's turned it over here, Darren Perry.
Great effort by James Crawford.
Vlahov off the glass, no good. Slapped away by Vlahov. He's done a couple of very good things down there. Second effort to keep the ball alive. Grace on the baseline. Stripped away from Hanson. Spectres ball. Down goes Larkin.
Well, a little emotion. Larkin's on the floor after the ball. Grace upset. Got a substitution here from the Wildcats. Vlahov comes out. Pinder in. Watterson in.
I think Wayne Larkin's role may be to niggle Ricky Grace just a little bit. If that's the case, he was right on track there. 65-56, down to 46 seconds remaining in this third period, so the Wildcats will get the ball back. The roar is deafening as Bolden puts up an early shot. No good. Pinder the rebound.
Strong by Tiny Pinder. A championship last year, and he wants another one this year. It could be about 12.5 minutes away for the Wildcats. They lead 65-56. Watterson. Grace, good move away from Larkins. He tries a three. No. Larkins comes up with it. Just 12 seconds left. Perry has a look at the clock. He realises he's got to do something pretty quickly here. He goes for a long three under the basket. Oh, Lucas, and it goes!
What a super effort. Right between the buzzer.
65 to 58. And the Spectres got the last 7 points of the quarter. And at the last change, the margin is just 7.
In his 4th season as coach of Eastside, played with Melbourne in the early 80s. A quality backcourt player. The margin is 7 then. The Spectres have possession. They trail. Utah looking to go inside to Bolden. Great manoeuvre there.
This was the little 1-2 combo that worked so well for them in game 2. High post down to the low post. Bolden picks up his 20th point.
So the Wildcats need a basket to retain their cushion. Watterson around the screen set by Vlahov. Grace kicks it back to Pinder. Confronted by Perry. Puts up the shot up the glass. Fine effort.
Yeah, he's a big game player, Tiny Pinder. Once again, we get out to that 7-point margin. That's been pretty consistent over about the last 5 minutes of basketball. Long shot by Utah, doesn't go. Perry tips it back and Hansen grabs it for the Wildcats.
Ryan Gorgon will be hanging his head with that one. That's not the percentage shot they want Utah to take.
They dared him to take it.
71 to 64. The crowd stamping, clapping, singing. Is it successive championships for the Wildcats? Pinder! The target is a bit closer now.
Oh, the showman's out in Pinder at the moment.
9 points the margin with 7:45 remaining in the grand final.
Lockhart against Watterson. Puts it on the floor, draws the double team, loses it.
Grace is away. Ninnis, great athleticism.
Oh, great steal. Hung in midair. Back come the Spectres. Perry puts it up for 3. No good. You wonder why.
Well, the last 2 shots down there, one from Udolph and that one there from Perry, and even the one from Lockhart. That's not going to win them a championship.
Here's Hansen. 7-12 remaining in this game. Remaining in the season. Hansen strong to the basket. How do they call it?
On Udolph.
It's against Dean Utah. The basket counts.
And foul. That's his 4th.
And importantly, the margin is back into double figures.
That also has given them a chance to rest Andrew Vlahov, give him 3 or 4 minutes on the bench. They've brought James Crawford back in. Now let's see if we can pick it up. Udolph's behind, losing his footing there. The right arm going down. Didn't look nearly as bad on replay.
Smouldering, Dean Utah. Hansen at the line, misses the bonus. Utah makes amends. Away comes Ninnis. 11 points the spread now. Perry. Under 7 minutes remaining. Bolden goes inside. Utah from the low post off the glass.
That's brought the margin back under double figures. 9 the deficit for the Spectres. Tiny Pinder looking for movement. Bolden tracking him. Back to Watterson for 3. Lockhart, it's a jump ball. Hansen got a share of it. And you can see the feeling in this grand final.
Well, bit of showmanship. And of course, nobody's prepared to give anything up. That's what it's about. Watterson, who was so successful in game 2 from beyond the 3-point arc.
Lockhart wins this one. Utah. Fast break, Perry, Grace gets there, Grace fouls.
Not a bad foul.
It's his 3rd.
He's got all these 3 fouls in the space of about 5 minutes in this quarter. Ricky Grace.
Well, he wasn't going to concede an easy basket there, John.
If we cast our mind back as well to game 2, Dennis, those fast break layups did the trick for the Spectres. It was Ninnis on Friday night. Perry's been on the break now.
Now Perry gets the margin back to 7. That's been a pretty popular margin during this last quarter. Wildcats still looking good. We're midway through the last quarter of action in basketball for season 1991. 6 minutes, 16 seconds to go. And the Wildcats 75 to 68.
Wildcats a little negative, and that's not the shot they want Tiny Pinder to take, but Tiny Pinder will take that all night.
What a celebration for Tiny Pinder.
Murray Arnold would have had his heart in his mouth there. So the margin still at 9. The Spectres need to score. Utah to Ninnis, who wants the baseline. Denied, kicks it back outside. Lockhart's got it now. Watterson right there. Lockhart finds Perry, this for 3. And he strikes. What a big basket that was.
Little drive and dish. Gorgian telling his charges to get up and apply the pressure. Wildcats a little negative.
3 3-pointers for Darren Perry.
The margin is 6. Gorgian has said all season and throughout these playoffs, the one thing about Perth is you're in the game with them late in the game. Now a call off the ball. And they've called it, I think, against Eastside, have they?
No, I think it's Pinder.
It's Tiny Pinder. He's pumped up.
He's 4. Offensive pick. Gone through. Well, the coolest head will win this.
77 to 71.
Udall looking to defeat Bolden.
There's a foul by Crawford.
This is 4. They're looking to go inside to Bruce Bolden now, passing it quickly around the outside.
Well, remarkably, the Spectres were in very early foul trouble, but haven't had much trouble for about the last quarter and a half.
Protected it very well. I think the Wildcats are going just a little negative on their offense as well. There's not a great deal of movement out there. Their cutting motion is being denied.
6 fouls to 1 this period. Bolden at the line.
Boy.
He's had the shakes from the foul line. It's 77 to 71, under 5 minutes left.
A lot of pressure on Watterson now.
A lot of pressure on the officials too. Crouch and Mildenhall, joint referees of the year for the last 3 seasons, and Mildenhall makes the call against Ninnis, his second foul.
You have to suspect that Ninnis didn't agree with that call, Dennis. See if we can pick it up. A little reverse pivot here, comes back. There's the reach behind. Well, I think Ninnis has a little bit to complain about as well.
Inside the last 5 minutes then of the grand final. Watterson. Hansen couldn't control it. Utah lost it. Crawford goes in. Fall-away jumper. Short. Gets the roll.
Nice bounce.
Whoa.
That ability to hang in the air helped.
And you'd have thought that Utah would have grabbed that rebound. And a bit of a fumble there gave Crawford that chance. 79 to 71. The Wildcats by 8. 4 minutes 12 to go. Perry for another 3. No, foot on the line was the call. Comes to Utah. It won't go. Bolden. Tiny Pinder. And that's
5 on Hansen.
Hansen,
I think.
0 for Hansen.
He's not happy. Let's see if we can pick it up. Our camera's right there. Oh, they've called Hansen for it. I think your call was right. Might well have been other than Hansen.
Well, Bruce Bolden on the line to shoot 2. And the Wildcats won't mind because Bruce Bolden has had trouble from the free throw line today.
Oh, goodness me. He's got another one to go, of course. Grace thought it was a 1-on-1. It's not. He was shooting.
Four minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. The Wildcats lead by 8 points. Well, he makes the second.
6 from 13 tonight from the foul line, Bolden.
Gee whiz, you give him, well, if not 100%, a lot better than that, and they'd be within a basket just about, the Spectres.
Well, he's been shooting 80% all year. That's 5.
They've called it against Lockhart.
Dennis, one wonders how long it'll be before they bring Andrew Vlahoff back into the game and possibly Mike Ellis.
3 minutes 52 remaining. Watterson with Perry. Hanson. Good build-up by the Perth Wildcats.
Plenty of time. 16 on the shot clock.
Ricky Grace. Ninnis. Grace, a high jump. It comes out to Watterson. Short. Crawford, great rebound. James Crawford.
More importantly, Drew, another 30 seconds off the game clock. Oh,
Well, Ricky Grace ignored that.
Didn't need it.
The margin is 9. 81-72. 3:15 remaining in the grand final. This for 3. No good. Oh, that was a big shot. And a big rebound.
Wildcats need to run the clock down. Milk it a little bit, but don't become negative. Need to remember what got them the lead.
Gray certainly did that last time around. Had a new clock and went straight at the hoop. Watterson feeds Grace. Puts it up, doesn't get the roll. Utah the strong rebound defiantly. Kicks it out to Ninnis. And back come the Spectres. Bolden. Ninnis for 3. Short. Crawford the rebound.
Ninnis has been short all night with those shots, and that's what the pressure does to you.
It'll be tough from here for the Spectres.
And they keep trying three-point shots. And here's a hold by Perry.
Let's see if we can pick this up on replay here. This pressure is indicative of what the Spectres must continue to do. We've got Larkins coming in. I think they'll be applying a little more full court pressure, and we've got a timeout with the scoreline 81-72 in favour of the Wildcats, and 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining.
Well, the Spectres up against it again. It's hard not to patronise them and say how great they've been through this series so far. It's slipping away now. They can sense it. They've got to find something and find it quickly. Brian Gorgian goes into the huddle. As John said, 2:25 remaining.
Now,
High drama.
you can't bump and put him on the foul line, all right? If Hanson touches the ball, you don't want it intentional and you want to foul him, all right? If Hanson touches it, we want to foul him and start making him put it down. On offense now, we want to run thumbs up on the cover downs. You guys take the threes. Catch and shoot on the perimeter. We don't want to foul. We got the thumbs up. I got no more timeouts. We got to keep the pressure on him. If Hanson gets it, foul it. What are you doing, guys? Let's go. Right.
And Hanson is the chosen one because he shoots 62% from the floor.
Got to be careful though, Dennis. They are in the team foul violation area, and as you heard Brian Gorgian tell his team, he's wasted his last timeout. That's a long time to go in a championship game without a timeout. 2 minutes 21. Murray Arnold, on the other hand, has 2.
Well, Hanson had the ball and they didn't foul him. At the stripe, he's had his problems over the season, but he's been strong, or stronger, certainly, in these playoffs. Watterson goes all the way, nothing doing. Pinder the rebound off the glass.
That's Tiny Pinder's greatest strength, his offensive rebounding.
83-72. Bolden for 3. Oh, what a shot. Now, the Spectres have the worst three-point percentage of any team in the league. They start taking long bombs and you wonder whether they've got a show, but then he hits one like that.
Well, of course, there's the danger. 5 fouls on Uthoff, and of course the Wildcats are being smart enough to allow Pete Hanson now to bring the ball up, and Uthoff is hopelessly mismatched out there.
And Uthoff not happy because Larkins was close enough to come across and do the fouling.
Yeah, well, I think Uthoff is very, very tired, Dennis.
So Pete Hanson at the line. 83-75, minute 47 left.
Oh,
Bolden knocked out of his arms by Crawford.
Theory work, Drew?
Yep. They got nothing from that. 8 points. Well, they've had a lot of rushes. So have the Wildcats. The Wildcats led by 17 a couple of times. The Spectres leveled the scores. And after it had been level, the Wildcats got 14 straight. Bolden's done it again.
Thank you very much. 27 points. He's on his season average.
83-78. It's just 5 points the margin. And if Bolden keeps bombing like this, they can win. Hanson to Pinder. We have 1 minute 20 left.
Hanson, will they foul him again? Yes, they do.
Well, Of course, they've got to be careful here, Dennis. They don't get called for an intentional foul.
That's right. The Wildcats then get the shots and keep the ball. 83 plays 78. Hansen at the line.
Big test on Hansen now. Still 1-on-1. Shot a miserable 62% for the year. That has to help.
1:16 remaining.
Let's go! One!
Murray Arnold's bringing another ball carrier in. A big man, but Vlahoff can carry the ball.
This is the second of them. So the margin at 6.
2 3-pointers.
1:10 remaining. Perry goes for the first of them. Misses. Bolden the rebound. Takes it to the glass and scores. 1:04 remaining. And the margin is back to 4 points.
There's a smart move out there. No reflection upon Hansen. If anything, a reflection upon the Spectre and Brian Goorjian's coaching. He picked the weakness from the foul line from Hansen. Vlahoff will certainly punish Udoff if he gets fouled.
Spectre's led by 11 only a minute or so ago. Larkins gets the foul here.
That's 3 on Larkins. Ricky Grace to the foul line.
Ricky's a different kettle of fish.
Needs to take his time.
MVP in the playoffs last year. And the Wildcats point guard could be leading them to their second successive championship.
Needs this one, Drew, to keep it just in that double 3-point range.
6 the margin, 56 to go. And the Wildcats lead by those 2 3-pointers, and the Spectres have made a few 3-pointers with Bolden in this last quarter. Lockhart, it doesn't go. Watterson, Grace out to Pinder.
Pinder needs to hang on. Oh! And is there a foul? A foul as well will send him to the line.
That could be it.
4 on Larkins.
That's it. That's the grand final. The place has erupted. We've got a timeout. 88 plays 80. And we're down to 35.7 seconds remaining in the decider. Here's Murray Arnold. And there's Bruce Goorjian.
Bruce, you start off at the 3 and we're on our dribble, rub, flare, all right? Dribble, rub, flare. Dean's blocking offensive board. When the ball comes in the Vlahoff, foul, all right? Not intentional. Not intentional. Not intentional. Hey, once the ball crosses the 10-second line, we got a foul, all right? We got a foul whoever gets it. Now, Kemp and Dog, make sure you're deep on the 3. Dribble, rub, with him, flare, Dean's your target low. As soon as we score, match up, all right? Get the screen out. You got the ball. Let's go, Spence.
They come back out. Is Vlahoff there for a start?
Yeah, Vlahoff's down here.
Yep, he's out on the court.
James Crawford, 18 points after going scoreless in game 2.
Well, champions are likely to do that, aren't they?
Sure are, and this man is one of the most decorated in the NBL.
Gets the bonus after the timeout. Wildcats lead by 9. East side have got to put it up quickly. Perry, we're down to 28 seconds remaining in the game. Perry looking to draw a foul. Ambitious shot, no good. Down to 22 seconds. Grace has got it. Pinder, they must foul him.
I'll have some feeling for the Spectres. They've given it all tonight.
Twice in less than 48 hours they had to come up. It was always going to be a tough assignment, and so it's proven. But gee, they fought hard. Pinder at the line. 18 seconds remaining in the grand final. He gets it. And Tiny Pinder, who averaged only 12 points on the season, came into this game averaging 16 in the playoffs. And he has risen to the occasion. Big-time player. The Wildcats poised to become only the third team in NBL history to win back-to-back championships.
Margin is 10. Larkins. Pinder's back there. Well done, Tony Pinder. He's got an eye on the clock. He's got a smile on the face. The arms are in the air. The Wildcats have done it.
The Wildcats are champions.
The team which won the regular season by 5 games deservedly have gone on to win the championship. And the Perth Entertainment Centre erupts to announce champions for the second year in a row.
And what a grand final series it was. It really was dramatic. Blown out in the first game. Eastside came back to win what was a remarkable victory here on Friday. They won by 5 points. And tonight, with 17 points down at one stage, they leveled midway through the third period. But then the Wildcats, the stamp of a good side, pulled away again. The Spectres tried valiantly, but couldn't get back a second time. Murray Arnold must be delighted. He was on a hiding to nothing this year. They were champions last year under Calvin Bruton. Arnold accepted the job from Western Kentucky. And if anything, they've been a better side, a deeper side this year.